What's up, guys? Welcome back. My name is Fuji Beige, and this is my Artist Zeke channel. Should you be scared before doing DMT? Yep. No, you know what? Um, if you do it right and you do enough of it, like I did in my trip, then you will leave emotion, including fear. Um, you leave all that ego. You know what I'm saying? However, if you don't do enough, though, where you stay in this dimension or you're just barely peeking in another dimension, but you're like half there and half here, then I can see it freaking you out. Because my girlfriend at the time, when she did it, um, she did the whole 15-second rule and everything, but I don't know if it was because her lungs were smaller than mine or if maybe she didn't like breathe in as much air as I did or what, but she stayed kind of half here and half somewhere else, which freaked her the fuck out because you still have fear. You're still in your ego. So when things start to change on you, you know, it can throw you off. Um, but the way we did it, the way I advise, if you're gonna do it, the way I advise you to do it is with a blowtorch and a glass pipe. Now, I don't know how much my friend put in my pipe, but he put, I guess, a pretty good amount in there. And, you know, you just don't let it burn. And, you know, as soon as you see it white up the pipe, then, you know, you do a lung hit, like you're smoking a hookah. You know, like not just with your mouth, but then you hold it for like 15 seconds. Like even doing this right now, I feel a little bit lightheaded. So you could just imagine you feeling lightheaded with DMT, and then just let all of it out. And when I did it, I stood up. They don't advise anybody to stand up off of DMT, but I stood up because the taste was so fucking nasty, and it didn't hit me until after I had spit. So then after I had spit, as soon as I felt the spit on my lip, it's like boom, I seen all these portals open up, and somehow I ended up on my couch. Thank God I ended up on a safe place, you know, and I didn't just fucking collapse and hit my head or some shit. Because, yeah, we did do it in my apartment, and, you know, a lot of people say you should do it in a more of a, like a ritual setting, you know, more of like a traditional setting. But, you know, I feel like, you know, it's appropriate if you're in a comfortable place, you know, and what's a more comfortable place than your own place? So I felt extremely comfortable. One of my biggest fears since being a kid with my stomach problems that I've had growing up is nausea, you know, my fear of sickness. And when I first smoked weed, my very first time when I was like 12, I had an extreme panic attack, and I got very motion sick, almost like I got the spins, you know, but it was different. It was like anxiety with like panic, and like my vision was vibrating, but it was spinning at the same time. It was just like, I don't really know how to explain it too much, but it was not good. So I thought I was allergic to weed. So like, you know, the same feeling that I would get before smoking weed, because sometimes I would actually be okay. Sometimes I'd actually be like normally high and like feeling really comfortable and like really chill. But then those other times it would be so random when I would get that panic attack, and I would just fucking throw up all night, and I wouldn't be able to drink anything. So I had the same feeling before I got in the plane. I had the same feeling before I got in the car, and I had that same feeling before I did DMT. You know, like, am I gonna fucking get motion sickness in this shit? Is it gonna make my vision, like, you know, look so trippy to where I feel like I'm doing backflips, or what the fuck is gonna happen, you know? But you gotta make sure before you hit it that you let go of everything. Just say fuck it. Just say fuck it. It's that moment when you're hitting it, you have to tell yourself, fuck it. You have to breathe out and just let it go. Because if you don't, I mean, I've only done it once, but I can imagine, you know, if you're having panicky thoughts before your trip, you might end up into like a spot where you panic even more and it causes you to fucking freak out. So just remember, just make sure you're worryless when you're going in, because I did, and I had a beautiful experience. It changed my whole life still to this day. I'm still learning. Like, I still get information to me, like in my dreams or in my daydreams or through experiences that my attention gravitates towards that it wouldn't before. Like, I wouldn't notice certain things before. And now I'm just so attentive to my experiences. And it's beautiful, you know, because you start to feel like extremely wise. And whatever you go through in your experience, you're meant to go through. And I'm sure whether it be bad or good, it's going to teach you something. It's going to teach you something. Even if it's like the worst experience you'll ever have in your life, at least there'll be nothing worse than that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because looking at my girl, like, because she tripped after me, I was like, fuck, man, I never want to do this again because I don't want to have her experience. You know what I'm saying? But she's the type of person that she overthinks a lot, so she might have overthought it going in. But my experience was just complete peace, and it was just, I was out of everything I've ever known. I was away from. It was beautiful. Anyway, that's my take on should you be afraid of smoking DMT. Again, if you are afraid, and if you know you're gonna do it, just make sure before you do it, you let that fear go. Don't go in it afraid. Alright, guys. Stay peaceful.